Hey everybody, we've blown this revenant away with our shotgun. Our pinky is over in the corner standing on top of a med pack, and our marine is facing off against these demons by himself. Let's continue our playthrough of Mission 1 for Doom the board game. Okay everybody, we've needed to reshuffle my deck for the invaders, not the demons, but the 6-card draw you do at the beginning of the turn. I needed to reshuffle that. I had a little break since I have last recorded, and so I've done that. According to the breakdown here, we need to prepare the initiative deck. We've done that. We've got that there. Just quickly reviewing the rules. Ready the demons. We've only got the pinky, which is over here, available. These Barons of Hell are just excitedly waiting their turn and very eager to see how the die rolls go. That's what they're doing. Event cards, that's what these are. I have shuffled and drawn the event cards, and now it's time to get any power tokens that I may want to supply on the demon cards. I do have one sort of correction to make. I'm not going to go back and do anything differently, but it's kind of an important thing to note for the rules. Since I am playing with the full rules this time, we have down here an ability that can be activated by an Argent power token. It's called Armored Hide, and before, when I had shot this pinky with the shotgun, I had allowed that pinky to spend 3 tokens to reduce that damage by 6. That is against the rules from what I have found out. You can only spend 1 token for that one attack. So he could have spent a token on several different attacks. I think he was shot a few times, but that is not allowed to spend all those tokens on one single attack. So we're still sitting with the pinky at 4 damage, and he's over there on the map. And I'm trying to see if I want to power him up by discarding a card. So why don't I quickly do that off camera, and then we'll get back to the main map and get rolling again. All right, I've discarded 2 cards and gained for the pinky 2 of these tokens to activate its Armored Hide when necessary. And now we're about to switch over into the activation phase. But before I do that, I would like to try to make our Marine's life as miserable as possible. So I think I'm going to play another one of these. This is Darkness, which will again reduce his range by 2 to a minimum of 1. So it continues to be dark for this round. I think I'm also going to play Ambush. We play this card at the start of the activation phase. We look at the top 3 cards of the initiative deck and place those cards on top of the deck in any order. I think right now there are only 3 cards in the initiative deck, and so we'll just do that now. Here's our initiative deck. We're going to flip this over and take a look, and I think what we're just simply going to do is we're going to put our invaders on top so that the pinky will have a chance to go first. And I have one more card that starts at the beginning of the activation phase. Play this card at the start, and stagger value of all demons is increased by 1. So since I've already done this, and not to confuse myself, I'm going to take the Ambush card off the board. But that gives us Unbreakable and Darkness in play, leaving us with 1 active card in my hand. So I think now we're ready to start. Our Marine has his 4 cards. He's got the 2 quick shots and a reposition and an up close and personal. So I know that's 4 cards, but that's part of what you do when you're playing as a solo operative. Our Marine is, as you can just see there, he's sitting now at 6 damage, and he has 1 of the 3 objective tokens gained. No special weapons yet. And currently all the doors are closed. I took off the door cardboard pieces. They're right up there, just because it was blocking and casting shadows and such. But door closed, door, door, door. There's, I think, 4 of them on the board right now. So let's get this thing rolling, and I'm going to flip over the first card, and we know it's the invaders. So our Pinky is going to get to go first. Our Pinky has 2 power tokens on it, and it has a speed of 5, and it has a unique ability called a Bull Rush, which means before any dice are rolled, if the defender was not adjacent, and obviously he is not adjacent to this thing, your activation, you get to add a red die. So he's going to do that. He's got, what do we say, 5 speed. So we're just going to trace a path here that the Pinky's going to run. Let me get my spaces correct. That's just 1, 2, 3 steps right into the Marine, leaving 2 movement in the pool, and he's going to make his attack. So let's go over to the dice cam, and the Barons of Hell are already cheering on Mr. Pinky. A black and a red and an additional red due to the Bull Rush. So that's what we're looking at here. The dice are rolled, and we have 4 damage done to the Space Marine unless he's got something coming. So I'm going to take the 4 cards in his hand. His other deck was pretty much wiped out, so yep, that's it. So I need to shuffle these and draw his defense card. I don't think I had anything in my hand that would do any good. So here we go. This is just what I drew, and unfortunately we don't have a single shield available there. So that means we're taking the full damage here of 4 points, and there's nothing we can do to stop it. So let's take care of that. All right, this is not good for the Marine. As you can see down here on his card, he is, that's 10 points. That would normally have fragged Mr. Alpha right here. But he is a solo operative, and that gives him a +5 health boost. So he still has 5 points remaining before he's going to be fragged. And that means he's still very much in it and not downed yet. The Pinky still has 2 movement left over. And I wonder if he wants to maybe back up from his attack, because we really need to try to cut down and back away from this and take full advantage from the darkness card. So after hitting and slamming the Marine down, he just sort of steps back 1, 2, 2 spaces right here, and gets a little distance between himself and the Marine. Now, I'm curious. I probably need to start doing a little bit more with the terrain on the board. Probably he could have stepped here, and he is behind a red dotted line. And that does mean some things here. It's called impassable terrain. It is indicated by a red dotted line. Impassable terrain does not block line of sight. So our Marine can shoot through it. It does not provide cover, and it cannot be moved through. So it didn't really do that much. It just you just can't step from one space to the other directly there. You have to go around that, even if it's diagonally. But in this version of the rules here, we are going to have, perhaps eventually in the combat, some cover situations, and we'll get to see how that works here. We did not do that in our tutorial mission. So now it's time to go over to the Marine. Our Pinky is done for the turn. Only one on the board. Surely our Marine can take this down. So his activation is beginning right now, and we need to choose a card for him. All right, pretty much the cards have decided for me what I'm going to do here. We're going to start with a bonus action, which does not take up one of our main actions here. And by the way, I needed to shift the initiative deck officially and announce that it is now Alpha's turn. So we're going to go with reposition, which gives us a speed of 3 and doesn't really do anything else. With that speed of 3, we're going to move down right beside the Pinky. So that's what we're going to do first. Immediately after that, we have here up close and personal, and it's a speed of 4. So I'm going to take 4 more movement here. And we're going to move our Marine down. He's right here. We did that with our first card. Right beside the Pinky, ready to turn. The Pinky glares at him, but he's not done yet. He's going to spend one of these 4 movement points to go right there and pick up that health pack. So that's movement number 1. He picks up that health pack and immediately recovers 5 hit points of damage. So I'm going to take 2 of these off and replace them with 1. So that's 6 off and 1 goes back. So he's healed a little bit. 3 movement left. The range, it is still the darkness, right? The darkness has reduced his range down to a minimum of 1, because you see the range of the shotgun here is only 3. So he's going to step forward, face to face, shotgun right to this thing's right in between the eyes, and give it his best shot. So let's go with this attack. What we've got here is a red and 2 blacks. So let's switch the camera. 1 red die and 2 black dice. Now, our Pinky is going to play a special card in his defense. And not that one. This one. Iron Skin. It says play this card before any dice are rolled for an attack. Put this card on top of the event deck. So this is going to be his defense card, and it's a good one. So our red and 2 blacks. So-so, kind of a so-so roll. It could be better. Now, we still have our Close Combat Specialist card, which allows us to change 1 die to any face. So let's move this to a 3. I know there's a 3. Yeah. So 7 damage to the Pinky, and that's when we draw his defense card. And it's a good one. He gets 3 defense there. So it cancels one of these. 4 damage to the Pinky. The Pinky is sitting at 4 damage and has 8 hit points. So he wants to spend one of these tokens, and he can only spend 1, to reduce that by another 2 damage. So that's going to take this 4 down to just a remaining 2. That's it. That's about all he can do. So 2 more damage goes on the Pinky card, dropping him to 2 hit points remaining. He's got 6 damage tokens on him. And our Marine still has a little bit of movement left. We'll go back to the main board and see if there's anywhere else he may want to go. I don't think so. I think he wants to stay right there as close as possible and take another shot at this thing. As a bonus action, we can take a quick shot, which gives us no speed, but 2 red dice. That's kind of okay. I think the black dice actually are a little better. So 2 reds. We can still manipulate one of these dice and put it up to a 2. So 2 more damage. Let's flip over a defense card. And we've got a single shield on this one. So that takes it down to 3. This is going to kill it unless it can do something about it. It's going to spend a token for its armored hide to reduce all of that damage down to just a single point, taking the Pinky down to a single hit point. So that's worth, excuse me, Barons. That is worth actually sliding over the card and taking a look at, because something special is going to happen here that has never yet happened in one of my games. As you can see, the Pinky has a stagger number of 6, and that's been boosted by Unbreakable here, which the stagger value of all demons is increased by 1. So his was a 7, but we've done 7 damage to him. So I think what we're headed for here is what's called a glory kill. All right, I think we're ready for this. We have 3 movement left for our Marine. He's going to spend not only 1, but 2 movement to enter an enemy figure space, and this enemy is staggered. So he is in the same space as the Pinky. I'm removing the Pinky's figure from the board because we just performed a glory kill, which is a very gory sort of rip this demon apart with your bare hands kind of thing. We're going to draw a glory kill card here, and I'm trying to remember the rules here. I think when you gain this card, you recover 2 damage. Well, that's good. We'll take these 2 off. And then it says discard this card to draw 2 action cards. So that can give us a boost later. So we can keep this card here and use that later when we want to draw some more cards. So I think that is what it's all about. We've got 1 more movement point available. Let's spend another and move right here. And then I have a final card in my hand, which is Quick Shot, but it's not really going to let me do anything. So also, since I have solo operative, I could have taken another main movement action, but I don't have any other available main actions. So I'm just wondering if there's anything I can do, like a sprint. I might be able to do sprint. You can see it there. Discard 1 card from your hand to gain 6 movement points. What does this say again? just checking the rules here for myself. During your activation, you can perform 2 main actions if you do not perform the sprint action. So I don't think I can sprint. I don't think I can do that. So I guess that's a no. I don't think I can discard this card to get 6 movement points because I've basically already had a turn. I think that's it. So no more movement for me. And the pinky is off the board, so we've cleared things up. And now we've got a little time to wander before we open up some doors. All right, so sometimes there's a question about what happens when you don't have any active enemies on the board, but you still have your initiative deck. The next card being drawn is Bravo, and you basically do keep moving around on the board, so it's still card-based. And if there's really nothing to shoot or fight with, you probably spend your turn doing a sprint action if it means just moving around on the board in some way. So we're going to take a card here, like, let's try one of these shotgun maneuvers, and we're going to discard this card. And that gives us 6 movement points. And we'll plan out our next move for this last initiative card that's in the deck. All right, so one of the things we're going to do here is spend 4 of our 6 movement to go and pick up yet another health pack. So we end up over here, and we've just picked up another one of these, which should heal us for, I don't know if I should do this. I only have 3 damage on my card, but it will get us up to 100%. And I think that's the wise thing to do. I'll go ahead and do that. Alpha is back to full health now, and we still have 2 movement available to us. And I don't know if that's quite enough to get to the door. We're going to need 3 to get to the door. So we're going to be spawning some enemies, I know that. I'm very interested in trying to get this chainsaw over here to see what it would do. But of course this chain gun looks pretty cool too. Let's try to head up that way. We're going to take a couple of steps up this way with our remaining 2 movement and get within 1 space of the door. So when we start up the next round, which basically there's no other demons on the board currently, we're going to start up the next round, open that door. We need to spend 1 movement to open that door, and then it's we go for it. So that's what I think we're going to do. All right, so I decided to do this next little bit on camera because I'm still learning the game and wanted to go through it with you to share it with you, and also to make sure that I don't make any mistakes here. But basically, we are going to need to start a new turn. So these were our initiative cards from the last one. The Invader card for the Pinky is out because the Pinky has been destroyed. And there's some interesting things to take into consideration here. These were some of the cards. It says at the end of the round, place a 1 Argent token on the demon card corresponding to each priority target. We don't have any priority targets on the board right now. And when a Marine opens a door, that's going to be important in just a moment. And what it says is when you, it says each portal token that the Marine can trace a continuous path of adjacent spaces to, and it's not separated by blocking terrain, walls, or doors. This I guess token, yeah, porthole token is flipped face up. Then the invader summons demons from each of those tokens, and then at the end of that Marine's activation, the one who opened the door, you need to shuffle one invader initiative card into the initiative deck for each demon type that was summoned and not already on the map, because demons can't open the door. So I think we're going to run into that. I hope that wasn't confusing. But we're going to be going for this next round with the 2 Marine cards, and not really much of a point to shuffling these. So I'm just going to put Alpha on top for the heck of it. So here's how it's going to happen. We're starting a new turn, and our invader is going to go ahead and draw 6 cards. And there's really no demons right now to put any power tokens on for this turn. Last turn's cards that were active, Darkness and Unbreakable, are done. But the invaders get to decide if they want to play anything else. So there could be something. We don't have anything here in our hand this time for anything to happen at the beginning of the round. So let's move on now. Our Marine is ready to head over and open this door. So we need to play a card. And I think I know some bad things are coming here. So he's going to go up, not sprint through the door, but he's going to go up shotgun in hand. And he's going to play Shotgun Maneuver. So the lights are on up this way. It's not dark. So we should be able to take full advantage of our range. So that's going to give us a speed of 4. So I'm going to put those back over here. We're going to spend one of those points to get close to the door, and another point to open the door. And here's where things from hell decide to appear. So we trace a path, continuous path. We can do it to this token here. This token then flips over and it is blue. And here's where we get to choose what blue is going to come out. Why don't we go with a Mancubus this time? He's a bigger figure. So we're going to take one of those guys and spawn that huge thing right there. So a Mancubus appears, and I'm going to need to get his monster card out. I've got it around here somewhere. Those are demon cards. Yeah. All my little separate stacks. The Mancubus, here's what he looks like. Artillery. While firing, if the defender is not adjacent to you, you may reroll any number of dice. Wow. Flamethrower. At the end of your activation, roll 1 black die. Okay. Well, he appears. So we're going to put him on the board, and we're going to get an invader card for him to be shuffled into the deck. So one Mancubus appears. Now, supposedly we need to keep tracing this path. And I think I'm doing this correctly. This is another reason why I wanted you to see it with me. Supposedly, if I did read this correct, when you're opening the door, you are trace a continuous path of adjacent spaces. So we can't have anything that's separated by blocking terrain, walls, or doors. I feel like that if I am understanding that correctly, it's going to continue to trickle into this room and go up this way. All of these are adjacent spaces, and I feel like this token and this token are also going to flip. So that's how I'm understanding it. Let me know if that is not right. But I'm going to flip over another blue. And the pinky was fun. Let's bring out another pinky there. So pinky comes out, and he gets 2 tokens. That's going to give us yet another initiative card to be put into the deck. We'll do that. And I've got the pinky's card right here. So Mancubus and the pinky, and 2 of these tokens on the pinky's card. So he's powered up. And we're not done yet. We can continue to trace that straight path or continuous adjacent spaces. Not through the doors. That room and those 2 tokens are off limits, but we can go up here to the priority target area. And we flip over a yellow token. And we get to make a decision here. And I say it's time for the Baron of Hell to make an appearance. 1 Baron of Hell with 2 Argent Power on it. So these guys have just been waiting to get in the game. And they are super excited to make their debut into Black Belt Gaming's Doom Mission 1 playthrough. And he is a priority target. And I'm going to put that on his card so that we clearly know that. Alright, so there you see it. The board is populated now. We went with the singular strength spawn card, so these guys are big and strong. And so's our Marine. So here he is. He's going to finish up with his shotgun maneuver. So he still has 2 movement available in his pool. And he is right here, having just opened the door. So where is he going to go? He still has the drop on these guys. He can take 1 movement here. And for his other movement, he can pick up the chain gun, I believe. And he's going to do that. And I believe that puts him technically adjacent to this big fella. We're going to add this token to our Marine card right here. And we're still not finished with this shotgun maneuver, but we get to add now the chain gun cards to our deck. So that's kind of exciting. We got some new options available that we haven't had yet in the game. And so let's go back to the action up here. Our Marine is there, 1 movement point remaining in his pool, and he's got his shotgun maneuver. He's going to take a shot at this Mancubus, this huge thing. A black and a red, so it says after you resolve this card, you may use another combat shotgun card with a speed of 0. That's fine. We're right in this thing's face. Exactly where we like to be. So let's go to our dice cam. And targeting the Mancubus here. What is this now? A black and a red. And the die roll says 4. We have our... Let's see, what is it? Close combat specialist. Let's boost this thing up to 3. 5 damage. I don't know if I have any good cards to play. We got play this card when a demon is defending. That might be good. Why don't we try this Unstoppable? Here we go. Unstoppable. It says play this card when a demon is defending, and you add one of the special symbols. And as we can see on the Mancubus here, its special symbol gains it just one shield. So we're going to play that card, and one shield will reduce that down to there. So 4 damage to this thing. And I don't know if there's a limit on how many other cards I can play. I don't think that there is. We could go with yet another one, but let's go ahead and draw, see what we get. Two more shields. So we take that one, and then that becomes a 2. 2 damage. I think he can soak that up. This guy's got 12 HP. So the Mancubus takes a shotgun to the face for 2 damage. And then our Marine says, I'm not finished with you yet. Decides to possibly spend one more movement point. Now, we've got some terrain to take into account here. We've got the blue dotted line. That's considered difficult terrain. And it doesn't block line of sight. Difficult terrain does not block line of sight. It says that it provides cover, though. So what is that on the map? I'm just going to move our Mancubus here. It looks like rubble or something. So it does provide cover. Interesting. So it is difficult terrain, does not block line of sight, but provides cover and costs an additional movement point to enter. Well, we've only got 1 movement point left, so I think we're going to need to play another card before we do any sort of movement. I don't know if we can move yet. Let's rethink that. Let's go ahead and go up with the second shotgun maneuver card. This is the free play that we got from playing the first one. So this is our second one that we're playing from our hand. And it gives us a speed of 0, so that doesn't give us any more movement. But we still get another shotgun attack with a red and a black. So we'll go back to the dice cam for that with the red and the black and shoot again. And that gives us the 3. The basic defense for this thing is 1. So that one is gone. Any other special tricks I have? I guess we'll add in this one. We can play this card when a demon is defending to add an additional shield. So we'll take that down to a single point. And we just put 1 more point. So that takes us to a total of 3 on the Mancubus. He's only down about 25% of his HP. All right, so that was our Marine's first main action, and he gets another one. He gets 2 main actions if he wants to. So I say we go with up close and personal. This is going to give us a speed of 4. We're going to add these points to our pool, so that gives us 5 right now. And you may roll 1 red die and choose 1 figure adjacent to the defender's space. That doesn't matter. 2 black dice and 1 red die. That's better. 2 black and 1 red. This is the super shotgun. And we are a combat specialist. We can close combat specialist. Let's make that a 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 damage to the Mancubus. Its defensive card says negate 2 of those. Let's see if there's anything else I've got. Anything wickedly up my sleeve, and I don't really have anything. So, wow. 5 more damage onto the Mancubus. So we're hitting him hard. 6, 7, 8. 8 points of damage on the Mancubus, so 4 points remaining. However, take a look at this. Let me put this little camera down this way a little bit. The Mancubus has 12 health, but its stagger is 8. We have staggered this thing, and I've got movement available. This is awesome. I'm going to spend 2 movement to jump into the Mancubus, what do I say? His space. 2 movement to move into his space. And I'm going to glory kill this guy again. This is great. Glory kill. We'll take 1. And what did we do? When you gain this card, recover 2 damage. This is about the same thing we got before. Discard this card to draw 2 action cards. Supposedly, we can have as many of these as we want. But we don't have any damage on us, so we'll just hang on to that card. And we took out the Mancubus fast. 3 movement points remaining. And I wonder if it's faster to go around the edge of the room here. Like this. 1. No, we don't need to. We don't need that med pack. We could benefit from activating this spawn thing there so that we'll respawn up that way. Why don't we do that? We'll move 2 and we'll turn this over. And then with our final point, we'll step off of there. And then I'm still considering if I should do this. A quick shot. But we don't have line of sight on anybody. I really don't think there's much else we can do during that activation. So let's review what we did. We did a shotgun maneuver, open the door. We did a follow-up shotgun maneuver, and then we played our second main action here. And then that was our bonus action. So I think we're pretty much spent. We did a lot this turn. And I think that's all we want to do. So let's draw. We're going to finish up his activation here. I draw back up to 4 cards. And I think that is it for the Marine. So let's draw the next initiative card. And it is, hey, I shuffled, but it is Bravo again. Well, that's great. We're going to get the drop on these demons. So we got an armor card, a quick shot card, and I think we've got a couple of chain gun cards now. So what do these do? Spin up. This is a bonus action, and it says draw 2 cards. And you get a speed of 1. I was kind of hoping for something better. Yeah, I guess it's okay. What a hand. I have no main actions unless I want to do a sprint. I wonder... I wonder if we want to use one of these. Discard this card to draw 2 action cards. Why don't we do that? Let's discard one of these, and we'll draw another action card, and then I'm going to need to shuffle the deck to get anything else. And we'll draw one more card. I think that's going to give us actually 6 in our hand. And let's see if we've got anything better. Endless Fire. This is the chain gun here. It says you may perform this attack up to 2 additional times. Well, that's a great card to draw. 2 black dice. All right, so no wonder the other cards were a little weaker. So yeah, maybe we can do something to get ourselves a little closer during this activation. And we make sure we don't want to sprint. We don't want to rush around the corner and then stop out of breath. We got to see if something can get us around the corner with enough movement. Spin up's going to let us take 2 steps. Let's think about this. We've got the quick shot. That's not going to give us any. Up close and personal will give us 4. But the range of that attack is only 3. We're not going to be close enough. I got to think about this. What can we do? All right, everybody. I think I've got an idea of what I'm going to do. I'm going to play Spin Up here. Spin Up gives us a speed of 1, and it says draw 2 cards. So I'm going to draw those 2 cards now and add them to my hand. So we have 1 space moved. And then I'm going to play the other Spin Up, which does the same. I'm going to draw 2. And that moves me here. And then I'm going to play Up Close and Personal, which gives me a speed of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's actually going to put me right here. And that puts me within 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3, of the Baron of Hell, which is our priority target. And we get to make our shotgun attack with a red and 2 black dice. There's no darkness card on the board, so we get to cause some trouble here. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. So a red and 2 black dice. Let's make this attack on the dice cam. We get to change the face of one of these. We'll make it a 3. I don't know. Wait a minute. I don't know if I'm up close enough for that. That one says when attacking a figure within 2 spaces. 1, 2. Nope, he is 3 spaces away. We don't get to do it this time. Did I change that? I need to watch the instant replay. So I just did a quick replay there, and yes, I did. I did change that. So I shouldn't have. 6 damage on the Baron of Hell. Let's check what his defense card says. It's the special symbol. And what does that do for our Baron? We can see his card right down here. And it says, I know it's a little hard to read from the glare, but that's going to be 2 shields for him. It says also that this thing is vengeful. So after an attack is performed targeting you, gain 2 movement points. So he doesn't like to be shot. So let's go ahead and give him 2 movement points here. And he was hit. 2 of those were blocked. So 4 damage got through to our Baron of Hell, the priority target. So 4 damage on this guy. Now, the demon cards, we still have the Pinky and the Baron of Hell. We've got those in there. That's got to be what those 2 are. And yeah, I think our initiative cards are fine, because the Mangibus is off the board now. I needed to remove his card. 4 damage to the Baron. So let's go back to the board and see what's happening here. So we've just shot the Baron of Hell. That was our up close and personal card. We spent all of our movement and we made our attack. And that was a main action. We have another main action available to us as a solo operative. So, I kind of like how some of this is going to work. Another main action. Kind of curious to open up the can of whoop-ass on this thing with the chain gun. This is our other second main action for the turn. There's 0 speed here, range of 5, and we get 2 black dice. Sounds good. Let's do it, because we not only get to make this attack once, but you may perform this attack up to 2 additional times. So here's attack number 1, and you can see from this camera that that is a 3. Let's see what his defense is. His defense is a single shield, so he negates that. So that's 2 more points of damage on this thing, bringing it to a total of 6 damage. And then it says after an attack is performed, targeting you gain 2 movement points. So this guy's going to be ready to run marathons. And then we can perform the attack 2 additional times. Well, I'm not going to complain about that. 3. Let's reshuffle our event deck and draw a new defense card and see what happens. It's got no cover, just making sure. And that one provides no defense, so another 3 points of damage on this guy. That's 9. And then another 2 movement on him. And then we get to shoot him yet again. The last chain gun attack. That's another 5. And we got a 1 there. So 4 damage. So he's got 9 on him. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think we just killed it. I think we just killed the Baron of Hell. He's got 13 HP. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's it. Wow. With the chain gun, we chopped this guy up like barbecue, and he drops his priority token, priority target token. And all that movement he got from being vengeful disappears. And those go away, and those tokens go away, and we actually get to remove his initiative card and take him out. Wow. Wow. I didn't expect him to go down quite like that. but I'm not complaining because I'm pulling for the Marines here. All right, priority token is on the floor. And that was our Marines' second action, unless we've got anything else up our sleeve to give us some bonus movement, maybe? Any sort of reposition? Yep. We've got a reposition as a bonus action. 3 movement. Let me take this here. We'll spend 1, 2, 3 and reposition and pick up priority target, or sample is what I'm doing, collecting sample number 2. So on our Marine card, you'll see that we have 2 now, and we only need 1 more, and it's over here where lots of bad things are going to come. All right, that was spent. Still got a lot of cards in my hand. If there's anything else I want to use. Quick shot. No, nothing that's going to give me any movement to get a line of sight on this pinky. So what we do at the end of the activation is make sure we have our full hand. I don't think I have to lose any of those cards. And we flip over the next initiative card. And it's pinky time. All right, it is pinky time, and we flipped over his initiative card. He is ready to go, full health. And he has demonic speed. Play this card at the start of any activation. It's going to be the pinky's activation. Choose 1 demon, it's going to be the pinky. The demon gains 3 movement points. So he not only starts with his normal 5, that's 5, but he gets another 3 because he wants to squash our Marine. So he's going to be moving down this way. We've got a black border here. I have to pay very close attention to those. There's the maps look great, but you do have to look very closely at the board to make sure you don't miss any of those details. And that was true with Gears of War and some of the other games. That would be 4. Gosh, we didn't even have to play that card, did we? No, but he can hit and run. Maybe that's what we'll do. Pinky's going to hit and run. He's going to run and charge up and bull rush attack the Marine. So he's going to be rolling a red and a black, and he gets a bonus red for this bull rush. Let's see how he does. All right. You know, I've got one in my hand that I know can really help me here. I may want to save that, though. No, let's play it. We're going to go ahead and play this right out of the Marine's hand. It says, when defending, you may play this card to add 2 shields and then draw 1 action card. So that's 2 shields. And then I think we still get to draw another card, and it's got a single. So I think with our armor and maybe sidestepping, we were able to avoid this Pinky's attack, and he just kind of smashes it at the wall. Well, he's got 4 movement left, and I think he wants to get out of at least shotgun range and maybe get some cover so he can plan an ambush. So he's going to turn around and shoot back around this corner here. And I think he can do that in 3 steps. I believe diagonal movement here is no problem for him. Yeah, that's going to give him, the Marine has no line of sight. He's going to have to come around the corner to take a shot. I guess that's all right. We'll do that. We're going to send him over here and just get him out of the way. I don't really... We're going to have to force the Marine to try to make an attack with what? Basically no movement. That's the only way that can really work. And I think that's it for the Pinky. So he's settling down here, and I think that's it. So we've got our 3 cards. That's going to finish this round. I can't believe how long that round took and what we were able to do during that round. But hopefully I played all that correctly. And we'll just get things... smack the microphone. Get things set up and move into the next round after this and see if we can take out the Pinky and head down for that last priority target and get those samples. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch you again soon. I hope to film some more of this when I get up tomorrow and maybe finish this game.